D, wait for it, delightful.
Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
What's up, nerds? So I finished the season finale, season 2 of Star Trek Picard, and man, what a snooze fest, you guys. I'm going to tell you what, this season finale sucked, just like this whole season, man. I've said this before, say it again. I was a little harsh on the first episode. Because now looking back, I was like, that first episode, it's practically an Oscar winner compared to this one. Yeah, I don't think that the people that are running Star Trek like Star Trek. I don't think Patrick Stewart likes Picard. I don't think he likes Picard because this episode was no good. It was an hour of roughly an hour of a 5-minute run through. It's just so dumb. And then the things they did in it I'm just like, why? Yeah, and we'll get into that and everything, but I just oh man, I don't know, man. It's a lot. It's so much talking, but yet the whole time you're just like, what? Okay, I guess. I mean, reasons. It's just I don't know, man. I really wanted to like it. And I thought that, the 12 Monkeys guy, they brought the 12 Monkeys writer on there. And I thought it would be a little bit different because he was brought on and 12 Monkeys wasn't that bad. And then they mentioned I think it was the second, maybe the third episode where they talk about, you got to find the Watcher, where Gunn was like, yay, you got to find the Watcher. And then they found the Watcher, and I thought it would be like, because in 12 Monkeys there's the writer, I don't remember what it was called, but there was like a person, and they kept evading the people. What's their called? What's their faces? I'm sorry, it's been like years and years. It's like 10 years since I saw that show or whatever. But he just kept evading them, like hopping through time. And I'm all like, that would have been, if they just copied and pasted, that would have been better for this show than this nonsense. It was weird. It's just weird. I don't know. I don't like it. I didn't like it. It was bad. And some stuff happened that I called. I'll throw that out there. All right, I'm just going to get into the breakdown of this. But before I get started on my breakdown, I just want to say that if you like what I do here and you enjoy independent content here on YouTube, please consider subscribing to my channel. YouTube is always changing up their algorithm, and small channels like mine, we always get shoved to the back of the line. So please ask that you like, share, and subscribe, and I thank you in advance. So now that I've got that out of the way, let's get started on this breakdown. So it starts at Chateau Picard, and they're all sitting here and they're trying to, figure stuff out and everything. He talks about bullet holes during World War II or some crap like that. Who cares? And then he says something like, she said there has to be there has to be two Renees, a dead one and an alive one. And I'm all like, okay, cool. And Laris says, like, Laris, you know what that means. And she's all like, I have to go Picard. And so they zap over to her apartment, her Watcher apartment. And she gives them basically what she's like, this will work just like your tricorder. And then and she's like, and I'll zap through with face recognition, and then I'll convince her to go and everything and protect her. And he's all like, so she zaps. Before she does, Picard steps in her little Houdini smoke trick and zaps with her, and they're all like, what is he doing? So they zap over to this mission control center. Looks like a mall. And she's like, what are you doing, Picard? And he's like, you are going to sacrifice yourself to save Renee. And she's like, well, that's what I do. I'm a Watcher. I've never met her before, but today is the day where I meet her. And I'm going to tell her that I'm going to protect her. And she's got to get on that flight and all that crap. And I'm all like, okay, great. Cool. Die, please. Die, bitch. And then she's all like, I think she says something like, you've got to learn to love, Picard. You got to learn to love. And I'm all like, what is going on here? Like, what? Okay, cool. Picard's, he's like freaking 104. He's going to love for like 4 weeks, and then he's going to die. So then back at Chateau Soong, they zap in and they're trying, they hear him talking. He's like, the go mission's launched. I'm preparing my stuff and everything. And it's a voice recording. And I'm all like, cool. And they're like, Picard, Soong's not here. And they're like, that's because he's here. And he's all like, and they're all like, all right, we're going to stop the mission. We're going to stop Soong from here and everything. And they find these drones, which, you know, because man, this is stupid. Okay, so they're like, so she gets in there and she's all like, I can't take them out because if I even wiggle a wire wrong, they'll explode. And I'm all like, ooh, please just go like this to the wires. Please just do it. So she goes and she gets all ready and everything. And they're like, find me tools, scissors, needles, pliers, tweezers, whatever you can find. I'm all like, okay. And so, and she's pretending to be somebody and she goes through, you know, the checkpoint. And then Soong's all like, I was hoping I could get a meeting with the astronauts. And she's all like, well, they're in quarantine right now. We don't let them out of quarantine. He's like, excuse me, I gave a charitable donation. That doesn't earn me 5 minutes to shake the hands of the men and women that are going to save this planet. She's like, you're right. Come this way. It's fine. I'm all like, okay. You know, it furthers the plot, I guess. So then Renee, she's in her little room and she goes in and she's all like, it's here and I'm ready to go and everything. And she's all like, who are you? And she's like, that's not a British accent. That's and then she's like, I'm here to tell you that you've got to go on this mission and you're going to do great things and all this stuff. And then in this one, she's like, I can't believe we made it this. I never thought we would make it this far. And he's all like, well, that's a crappy attitude. You know, I don't want to be around you right now. Peace and everything. And I'm like, oh, okay, great. They're just let this dude just wander around. Is that what they do at like NASA and stuff? If you give them, just throw them a couple bucks and then you can just walk around, you know, right before a mission. Anyways, so she's talking some mumbo jumbo to her. I can't, she's like, I've watched you all your life and yada, yada, yada. And you know, you here, I gave you this necklace and told you to fly on the wings of those that came before you or some crap like sails of those who came before you. And so then the drones, she's trying to do it, but and she's all like, I can't remember what she says, but then she comes out of this room and she finds Dr. Soong and she's like, oh, Dr. Soong, there's someone in my room and I don't know who she is. Sorry, that's like a Cockney accent, I think. I don't know. There's like so many. And so she's like, doot, 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 because the drones go off. Because she wiggled the wire wrong. Of course she did. And they go off and he's like, patch into them and let me have them and control them and I'll destroy them and everything. She's like, I gave you one. He's like, I got full control. Well, Soong, when he touches her, he like gives her some kind of like, he has something on his hand and it gets a neurotoxin into her. And he's like, it's very fatal. Ta-ta. And so she's dying. Yeah, he's like, ta-ta, bye, bitch, and everything. So there's the mission launch, and the drones are coming for it. And she's all dying and everything. He's like, I've got control one. And then he takes out the rest of the drones with that one. I don't know if I got it. Anyways, she's like, Picard. And he gets him. Oh, here's where he is. So he's got the control, and he takes him out. Like, he just rams one into him and everything. The mission goes off, and he's like, look up. And she's all like, I can't remember what she says here. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter. That's how dumb this is. She's like, don't be afraid to love Picard. That's what she says right before she dies. All right, bye. Then back at Soong's house, he sees that the mission is a launch, and Renee says something like, we need to sail on let's sail on let's fly on the sails of those that came before us. So some crap like that. Who cares? He's all upset. And then something right here with this little red line, something's going on with his computer. And he's like, what? And everything. It's just deleting all of his files. And his daughter has got her little, she's doing it from the library. Look at her. You know? Okay. And it's like, okay, fine, whatever. Okay, we're just, and he's all like, huh? No. And she's like, there you go, Dad. I'm doing, oh, that's what I'm doing this. I did this for my sisters. And I'm all like, girl power. What is this? Freaking 1999. So he pulls out the file of Project Con, and I'm all like, oh God, what are we gonna do here? What else can we fuck up in this Star Trek canon? What else, huh? Let's play games. Come on, guys. And then she gets a text, and it says watch and curious what comes next, what's next, watch and observe, and then sends her an address, and she goes there to meet him. She goes to a park by herself to meet a rando that's always safe. Anyways, and then what comes up but Will Wheaton, Wesley, look at you. Or as I like to call him, Will Asshole. Okay. And he's all like, I can't remember what he says here, but she's like, you're joking, right? And he's all like, no, I travel through time. He's like, I told a joke one time and I ruined the space-time continuum. So I'm very careful about explaining myself. And I'm like, really? Because Twitter would disagree, dick. And he's not a very good actor. He's not. So basically he's all like, you want to come with me and join my little group of time travelers? And that's what he's like, welcome to the travelers. And I'm all like, crap, another spinoff with these two assholes. I mean, neither one of these two are very good actors. And I'm all like, great, we're gonna have to spend a whole month. I'll cover it because, reasons, because I love torturing myself. And then they blast out of there. So then they're basically there. They've just accepted the fact that they're going to stay there. And these two kiss because they have to, because the script says so. They don't even like each other. This is so forced. I'm not getting love between these two at all. At all. It's so ridiculous. I can't handle it. Okay. And she's got this, how's she going to explain this Borg implant to people in 2024? If I saw somebody with that at work, well, first off, I'd go cosplay. But then if I hadn't seen Star Trek, I'd be like, what's up with your face? What is that? And there's nothing you can tell me that I'd believe. Like, I had cranial damage. Yeah, but they usually put it on the inside of your skull. It's just whatever. So he's got the key and he puts it back so that way in the future, he will find it. And then Q's all like, you made the right decision, Picard. And he comes in there and he's all like, he's like, I'm dying. And I'm going to be all alone when I'm dead. And I'm going to die alone. And he's all like, don't die alone, Picard. Learn to love. That's what this is all like. Oh, it's like we took 10 episodes to tell him to learn to love Picard. Who cares? Yeah, and that's just bad. And where's Beverly Crusher? Where's Beverly? Huh? That's who he should have fell in love with. Duh. And then he also, what else does he say? He says something about like, he probably said something stupid like you needed to watch your mom die so you can become the man that you are. And I'm like, wow, that's harsh. He didn't say that, but I mean, might as well. This show sucks. But he's all like, I told you this wasn't about learning a lesson. This is about learning forgiveness, and you need to learn to forgive yourself for what you did. And I'm all like, yeah, because you were like 10. I'm like, I'm sorry. I do not hold on to stuff I did when I was 10. And I mean, I'm pretty sure I did some bad stuff. Letting your mentally ill mother out of her bedroom and then she ended up offing herself is not something that you need to take the blame on for. Anyways, but we're human. I don't remember what he said. So then he's all like, I got to show you guys something. So he takes him out to the woods and Q's there. And Rafi's like, I could kill you and everything. And I'm like, yeah, calm down, Rafi. She even grabbed him by the neck. I'm like, so freaking lame. So he's all like, I'm going to send you back. And Rios, I called this like episode 2 or 3. I called it when they went to the hospital. He was tasting the cookies. I was like, that's real peanut butter. And then when he's at the party, he's like, that's real whatever coffee beans. And I'm like, oh, he's going to stay behind because it's real. It's all real and everything. And he's like, I never belonged in the future, although you were born there. I had holographic, partners and stuff on my ship and everything. So he's like, I really didn't get it. I really didn't belong there. Says bye to everybody. He tells Rafi he's got a surprise for her. The Q does. And then he's all like, and then I can't remember what Picard says, but he's like, you're not doing this alone. And then he snaps and sends him back. Now I think maybe Q died in this moment, but they don't explain anything. Of course not. They don't need to. So then they go back to where the first episode ended roughly. And they're playing that song, I don't know what the frick it is. And the Queen's, it's in there, and we all know who the Borg Queen is, don't we? Yeah, we do. And he's all like, stop the destruction mode or whatever. And he's all like, it's been a long time. It's good to see you, Doctor. And then she reveals herself, and man, does she look bad. That looks freaking terrible. Terrible. You can tell if that's there's no way that's practical. There's no way. And if it is practical, fire that person. And if it's digital effects, shame on you for spending money on that crap. So she basically says, I'm here because we found an anomaly, and it's this little like wormhole type thing. It's not a wormhole. I just don't remember what it's called. And it's going to explode and send a burst of energy, and it's going to destroy this sector or some crap like that. I'm here because I need you to let me take control of your ship's shields, so I can combine the shields to help protect this thing. And he gives Seven the comm. So she's captain. She is the captain now. And she's all like, all right, let's do this, Borg Queen. So they go, and they modulate the ship's shields to make a protective dome. Except this ship right here, they need to recalculate something or other, but they need Rafi to tell them to do that. And they're like, Excelsior, recalibrate your shield modulation of the two, whatever. And Eleanor pops up because character development. And she's like, Eleanor? He's like, Rafi? He's like, the last thing I remember, I was on the La Serena. I hate everything. Okay. He's like, oh, Rafi, he said he had a surprise for you. And I'm all like, yeah, well, the surprise on everybody else was, this is a bad season. Surprise. So then they do the thing blasts off, which is kind of cool. And it blasts off, and everybody can see it. Like this planet and this planet and this planet can all see this big giant light and everything. Oh, I didn't get one from the planet's view, but they see it. And they stop it, but it creates like this wormhole, like I think it's the ones that we saw in like Deep Space Nine and everything. And then she's all like, we would like to stay, and we would like to be friends with the Federation, honorary friends, and we would like to stay and watch over the gate. We would like to be the guardians of the gate. And I'm all like, and they're all smiling like this was their mission, to be the guardians of the gate. And I was like, yeah, whatever. Anyways, so then back on Earth, we get, hey, I'm Guinan. And I didn't want to tell you, Picard, because I knew you'd find your way, you old sack. Hey, did you notice the picture on the wall? Look at that. It's Rios and his doctor girlfriend. Let me tell you about him. They did so good. He was a rough rider, and she helped anybody she could medically wise. And he's all like, how did they die? She's all like, she died of old age, naturally. And he died in a Mexican bar fighting over medical supplies. His last breath was a suck on his own and his last cigar. He died like he lived. I'm like, okay, he died like an asshole. Okay. So, and then like their son went on to clean up the oceans and the skies with a parasite they found on Europa that Renee went on. By the way, Jews aren't people. I don't like Whoopi Goldberg because of what she said about the Holocaust. She's a dirtbag. Anyways, F-bomb her. So he gives a shot to Eleanor. I wish it was, of a Kool-Aid type. And then he goes back to Chateau asshole. He sees the bags are packed. Goes in. He's like, it's beautiful. And she's like, yeah, I had it restored for you. Your little crappy room of glass. And then he's like, you're leaving. And she's like, Picard, I need to work on me and I have my own adventures. So I'm going to be an independent woman now and go. And he's like, but I was supposed to have love with you. She's like, maybe you can have love like long distance or some crap like that. I don't know what she said. I'm just talking like this because I don't care. He's all like, oh, yay. And then they do a zoom out a space. And then that's the end of the episode. There's Chateau Picard. We'll just leave it on that for a hot second. That's the end of the season. Man, what a POS. I hate this show. Yes, I will be watching season 3 because they're bringing back all the old school characters. I'm just going to watch and see how much they can destroy those characters. I mean, I'm pretty sure that this writing crew can do a good job of it. I don't think they like Star Trek. I really don't think they do, the Kurtzman people. And Bad Robot. I don't think they like Trek at all. I think they just like the IP. They like it in name only. They like saying it's Star Trek. They like having all the cool ships and everything. But other than that, I don't think they like Star Trek. I really don't. I don't think they like the messages that it gave of positivity and an optimistic outlook on life and the future. I don't think that they like how the human connections that you had. I mean, like, this had human connections, but it was all on top, but down below there was their agenda, and I don't like it. And a friend asked me why I even watch a show and give them my money. And it's first off, I watch it because it's Star Trek, and I'm always hopeful that they'll get a writer and they can turn it around. Because that's just what I want. I just want to turn on an episode of Star Trek and not be completely and utterly defeated or upset, because they've written something that's so unrecognizable and something that is not good. It's not good writing. And I go, we've got a lot of people out there that are excellent writers that have worked on Star Trek stuff before. And they would happily, I'm pretty sure would happily help you write a Star Trek season of anything. Discovery, Picard, Strange New Worlds. I got to watch that now because I got to cover it and everything. And they said that this one's more, but it's that Avi guy. It's Avi Goldsman. Is that his name? Ari Goldsman. Can't remember. I have no faith in him either. He sucks. He is just not good at Star Trek either. All right, I'm gonna do a season 2 review of Picard. That probably won't come out till next week. I'll try to get out this weekend. But I'm no promises. All right, that's my breakdown and review. Tell me what you guys thought about this finale. How did it compare to other finales? It wasn't good. Don't lie to me. And I will see you guys on my next Star Trek video, whenever that is. If you like this video, go and hit that like button. I won't mind. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. And I will see you guys on my next Star Trek video, whatever. You guys have a good day. Live long and prosper. Bye.